Hi, welcome back to my channel, my friends. Today I have a special unboxing for you. And this one came all the way from Turkey. This is how it came in. The front would have my address. So let me remove this packing material first and then I'll tell you more about this. Okay, this is better. So today I have a box from S.TAN leather from all the way from Turkey. The owner, Oğuzhan, reached out to me. I don't remember when, but it has been a while. And he asked me if I would review one of the bags he made because he is an independent leather workshop in Turkey. I look at his work and I thought they look pretty, and it seems that it has its uniqueness as well. Looking at the style of his design and his bag, I feel like I would totally buy it, but since I'm not familiar with his product, so of course I would have hesitation. But he wanted to send me a bag to do a review, and I asked him, I say, are you sure? Because on my channel, I'm going to be completely honest with whatever product that I'm unboxing or review, because I don't want to lie about something. And he was totally okay with it, and he preferred me being honest, telling him what's good, what's bad, because I guess that gives you an opportunity to grow as a company, as a leather artist and all that. Although this is the first time a company sent me a bag to review, but this wasn't the first time companies reach out to me. I have numerous times that company reach out to me that it ended up didn't work because some of them request me to sign a contract to say certain things or to not say certain things, and I just didn't feel comfortable to do what they ask. And sometimes certain contract they would include terms like if they don't like my videos, they can delete any video or something. And I can't have other company take control over my channel or my social media content. So on the side note, if you are a company that want me to review your product, please know that I can't sign a contract with certain terms that I feel like I'm being dishonest. If you want to send me a product to review, that's fine, but I will always be honest on my channel. So I've cut it open. Now is the time to review this bag. I'm a little bit nervous because, as I say, I'm going to be completely honest about what I see and what I feel about the bag. So I hope it's not a disaster unboxing. Let's take a look. Wow! Pretty nice packaging. And I like that if other than outside packaging, you see this plastic bag wrap over the bag as well. Because shipping all the way from Turkey, it could be tricky. And you never know if it rains and if the FedEx decided to put your box out on the streets. So I think more protection is better because you never know what would happen. Also, I think on this channel, I always say FedEx took forever to ship my package. But this one, it was shipped by FedEx and I couldn't believe it. From Turkey all the way to Pennsylvania. 3 days. Can you believe it? 3 days. Blow my mind. But let's take the bag out before I talk too much. Let's take it out. Look like Oğuzhan included some of the hardware. I do see this like backstrap lobster clubs and some rivets and snap buttons. Wow, this is the first time I'm getting extra hardware. It reminded me like when we buy like nice jacket or nice coats that they always include extra, because down the road in the future you never know what happened to your bag. You may need some extra hardware if something happened. So this is how the bag looks like, wrapped in a paper with this string attached to it. And I think this is a piece of leather. Also has the signature wax stamp on it. Pretty cute. Time to open it up. Wow. I love this color. This brown tone natural color is different from any of other brown bag I have. I believe he told me that he sourced his leather locally in Turkey. And this is supposed to be a full grain leather. Carrying the bag is pretty lightweight. Surprisingly, with such a big size tote, it's pretty lightweight. I often think the Portland leather goods full-size crossbody is slightly too small for me, so I have been wanting a bigger tote for a while. And this is just perfect for me. On the front, you do see that the company name S.TAN on the patches here. And then let's look around. This is the side of it. And then the bottom of it looks pretty good. No crazy warping or anything. So this one, it was shipped all the way from Turkey. I was a little bit nervous because the last time I bought a bag from overseas, and when they shipped me the bag, maybe because of heat or moisture or something happened. The bag came, the tote was like warping in a weird way, and I'm glad this one came out nicely. No weird warping. So looking at this bag, look like this bag is made from a one piece, the whole piece cowhide leather, because you don't see any seams at the bottom. It wraps around from the front to the back, and then it has this really cool design. It's stitched together from the sides, and then has this cool design wrap around, and added this rivets to increase the strength of the bottom. It's really cool concept that I guess that way it adds more strength, and for the weight distribution it will handle the weight a little bit better. So looking at this bag is the very unique brown tone natural color bag. It reminded me of an almond color. I know some of the people I know, they have been looking for a brown tone bag that's not so warm, so yellowish, and I think this one could be it for you guys. If you're looking for a bag that has more kind of a colder brown tone, more muted brown tone, this could be it, because this one, it seems it has this beautiful raw almond color that will patina nicely once you start using it. I remember when watching all the posts on Facebook groups, oftentimes people asking about how to soften the shoulder strap, because they thought that some of the leather bags shoulder strap is too stiff, but this one, you don't have the problem. It's very soft. You don't have to use it for a while to wait for it to soften. This one right away is really soft and really comfortable. Also, I like that the strap handle is still the right thickness, not too thick and not too thin, because you don't want the straps that too thin that you may not able to handle the weight. So this is great. Isn't this interesting that the rivet he used match up with the leather color? I like small details like this that it made the bag look more cohesive. Now it's time to look inside the bag. So the bag has a snap button closure. I used to like a zipper closure, but I found that with zipper closure it limits how easy you can reach into your bag, and also with button closure it just provides enough security to your bag that you don't have to worry things falling out. This will be the first time I look inside the bag. Let me see what it looks like inside the bag. First of all, I see this, I believe this is the crossbody strap. Let me take it out. I have no idea how this works. I'll have to remove the string to figure it out. It's always exciting to try new things because you always learn something new from buying bags, from trying out bags from different companies. Let's see.
So when I unboxed the bag, I wasn't sure how this strap works. I thought I would need to punch a hole myself, but ends up you actually just loop it through a little bit like a leather belt buckle, and it would stay in place like that. So you can adjust to any length you want without have to punch a hole or anything. This is such a smart design. I don't know why local leather bag company, none of them do that, or at least I haven't seen, but this is so simple and straightforward and it actually works. So you can adjust the length of this strap. Just pull it through and it will stay in place.
I like that he pays attention on small things. Like if you communicate with him, he really pays attention of what you need and try to help you as much as possible. Since he is an independent leather worker, he will help you to customize your bag as much as possible in a reasonable range. Instead of like bigger company, they just limit what they can do for you. So look like it has a slip pocket with a button closure. Is this look like he included, this is his business card, STAN leather, and look like this is a welcome note that he includes with every order. Let's put this away. Interesting, I haven't seen a slip pocket with a snap button closure for a while. So for people who are thinking about doing DIY to add snap button to their pockets, with STAN leather you don't have to do that. On the other side, it included one D-ring and then one kind of a lobster claws key fob thing. It's interesting that he includes both options for you to hook onto your key or other stuff. Instead of just one, you have two options. So other than two options for your key fob or for other stuff, it has two D-ring on the side for you to hook on your crossbody strap. So when you decided you don't need crossbody strap, you just bring this bag out for lunch, you can just use this shoulder strap and you won't see a D-ring dangling around anywhere. Although in some way, this bag is quite similar to many handmade bags I have, but in the details, it's very different. And also, the most important part is, this bag is completely hand-stitched together. Hand-stitched, hand-sewn together. I have asked that if he considered using a sewing machine, but I think he really loved the concept of hand-stitching and really customized, personalized, kind of like a higher-end service instead of just like a factory chunk out a bunch of bags. So that's kind of the concept that he has for his leather workshops. If you are interested to get a hand-stitched leather bag, if you haven't tried one, you should try it, because if you pay attention, the way they stitch together is different from the machine. It's hard for me to explain it to you, but if you research it online, you will see how hand-stitched bag is different from machine stitch. Before I conclude this first impression unboxing, I want to point out that this bag may not be available on his store. The one on his store right now is a smaller version. This one is a personal request for him to make a bigger bag. I do like what I see, so I'm going to use it for a period of time, test it out, see how it handles weight and how it patinas, because this is a natural leather, so it will patina a little bit darker. And this one, I'm not going to spray it. I want to see it develop its characters. Depends on how I use it. Then I'll come back and share with you what I discover after I really use this bag. I love the size, and I need to stop saying I love everything, because I do. Like I love the size, I love the details, and the shoulder straps. It just seemed to be a perfect size for me. And I'm going to look around and see what other color of leathers he has, and I probably will buy one from him, because I do want to support independent workshop and not just getting a free bag from him. Once I test it out, and if I think this bag works well for me, I'll definitely buy more from him. Thanks for joining me for today's unboxing. If you have more questions about this bag from S.TAN Leather from Turkey, you can leave a comment below, or you can message him on his Instagram account. Bye, and I will talk to you again soon.